side. Yeah. But you know, I made it here. It's so nice to be here. I'm here by myself because, you know, I'm boss like that. So, I missed all the refreshments. Kidding. But I'm in time for the panelists, so I'm like, yay! Oh my god! Oh. Everybody's looking so nice, so I'm gonna go ahead and mingle and probably find a bathroom because I gotta pee. Check you guys in a second. I'm not sure who it's sponsored by, but the venue that they got, amazing. Whoever's sponsoring this, you guys did a great job. I want to thank Heyyy Products for allowing me to win the giveaway. And they made me pretty good. It's just so happy. Everybody looks so nice, and nobody really minds that I'm vlogging. This is my first vlog, guys. Whoa. Whoa. And nobody really minds. Well, I guess everybody else is vlogging, so if I look like I'm doing it naturally, go with the flow. So yeah, I want to thank Heyyy Products. Thank you so much. I want to thank Canadian Naturalistas. Go find them on Instagram. Their Instagram be popping. Real though, thanks guys. Like honestly, I really appreciate it, and I'm so excited to see my gift because free stuff is amazing. All their stuff is all natural. I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited to see the panelists. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to get into the conversations, what everybody has to say. I want you guys to see this venue. It's gorgeous.
Hello everyone. Hi. I'm kind of hiding behind you guys, but I just wanted to let you know that we'll be starting
We are really, really blessed. Thank you guys so much. And if you want more information about Power to Girls, like she mentioned earlier, we're going to be in the back. And we have some stuff that we're selling, and everything that we sell here today, all the proceeds go towards our programming and our events and all of that stuff. I'm just gonna do like a shameless advertiser right now. August 30th, we're gonna be putting together a fundraising event, and it's gonna be a game day. So please, please put it in your calendar, come out, and thank you guys so very much. God bless.
My name is Shari J. I'm on YouTube. I'm a YouTube blogger, so I'll talk about natural hair and beauty.
Hi everyone, my name is Samantha Gomez. I'm also a YouTuber. I also talk about natural hair, and I do random vlogs as well as like fitness and anything health related.
Awesome. So, I wanted to start by allowing everyone to bring a little context to what they bring to the conversation. So, I wanted to ask each of you to briefly describe your hair story. And Dwayne, that does include you. So that means if you had a fro when you were younger, some box braids, or some cornrows, everybody. So, yeah, we'll start with Shari J and work our way across.
Okay. So my hair story about how I went natural or anything?
What has your hair gone through from then till now, just briefly?
Sounds a lot. So, okay, so I transitioned 1 year before I went natural, and during that time I did everything to my hair. I was so focused on what my natural hair texture was that I like totally neglected the permed ends, and it was looking a hot mess. And I was trying to do twist outs. So I was trying to do all the natural hairstyles before I went fully natural. So I was looking really hit for the first 3 or 4 months of my natural hair journey. But then of course I discovered YouTube and Curly Nikki and all these other blogs, and I got my life together. And I started doing a lot more protective styling, and that's when my hair kind of flourished. And then I did the big chop after 1 year. And after that, I mean, everything kind of just exploded for me. I really enjoyed doing updos. I don't know if you guys follow me or not, but I did a lot of updos when I first went natural, a lot of flat twist updos, and I was just trying to protect my hair because I wanted it to grow. But then after I got a certain length, I was like, okay, forget the natural hair updos. I'm just gonna do a lot of twist outs and rod sets, and my hair growth kind of stunted because of that. Like, I haven't had a lot of growth since then, but I've done so many other things to my hair because of just like experimenting with different things. And I think if you're on YouTube, I don't know if you can agree with me, but you kind of feel like you have to try things because you have to have content for your channel. So that's just kind of like what my hair went through. And I think I've been natural now for about 4.5 years, I think. And I enjoyed it, but I'm cutting all my hair off soon. So I'm gonna start a whole nother journey. But yeah, that was my journey.
All right, so I was natural up until about 13 years old, and then I begged my mom, I begged begged her, pleaded. I said, please, can I perm my hair? Because I grew up in Ottawa. All of my friends were Caucasian, and everybody had nice long hair. And society really kind of made me feel like I needed to have straight hair as well. So I decided to perm my hair at about 13. I had permed hair up until about 19 years old, and then I moved here to Toronto and I decided I wanted to change. There wasn't a lot of naturals here in Canada. If you guys can go back a few years ago, there weren't many people walking around with natural hair, so I actually cut my hair almost bald. And I went outside and I felt amazing, and that was 6 years ago. I haven't looked back. I am actually a little bit more than 6 years. I'm not gonna tell you my age, I'm not gonna age myself, but a little bit more than 6 years ago. And I absolutely love my hair now. I would never ever put anything in it other than, you know, trying out different styles that she had mentioned. But that is pretty much my journey. I've actually BC'd twice. I BC'd again last year, just because I wanted something different. I wanted to do a little shortcut, and now my hair is growing out again, and who knows what the future holds, but I know I'm never going to put any form of relaxer in it ever again.
Have you ladies had that same experience of feeling like you can just get up and go with your hair? Like, you wake up and you just leave?
Okay, I feel strongly about this. So I'm the type of person, and my sister's in the crowd, I'm gonna point to her so y'all can gang up on her later. Listen, it was Memorial's Day, and I don't know if you guys celebrate Memorial's Day
Yeah,
here.
Victoria Day.
Okay, same thing. So I have my hair in twists. I guess y'all call them Sealy braids or whatever, but it was one of those days where I woke up early and twisted my hair up, but they weren't dry. So I was like, I'm gonna go out the house with these Sealy braids in my hair, and I wish somebody would say something. And my sister, she said something about it. So I was like, you didn't want to do your hair today? And I'm like, my hair is done. I just got it into it. She started untwisting my hair. She's like, it's still wet. That's why they're still in. That's why I have the twist. But I thought it still looked presentable. I mean, obviously I have color, and my color is growing out, so I guess it kind of looked a little, but I'm in the car. So it's like, if you see me in the car and I got my twist on, like, you're not gonna be like, oh, look at her, she got the silly braids, she looking all rough. So I feel like if you have twists in your hair and they look fine, it's fine. I wear an afro, and when I think it's looking crazy, people still compliment and say it looks cute. So I feel like if you rock confidence and you look confident, then your hair is gonna look confident. You're gonna look great. So I feel like, yeah, just like you said, if you wake up in the morning, do you look good, you're fine.
With body image, that goes with all sorts of things that just our maleness, we don't have to deal with certain things that women have to deal with. So there's definitely an element of, you know, gender that is involved with that. But also I think people who know me and who would even be able to come to me with something like that know that that's not stuff that I care about. I'm so busy caring about things that actually matter that doesn't matter to me.
Awesome. So then I want to ask each of you, well, we just got your perspective, but how do you think your hair affects your daily existence? So how do you think your particular hairstyle that day affects how you're perceived as you go out into the world? Hey, Lisa?
When my hair's not done, I don't feel right. I don't feel 100%. I don't feel I can conquer the world, and I'm being completely honest. And you know, you can disagree with me or what have you. Like, when I don't have my weave in, girl, like I just don't feel confident. So that's just the way I feel.
Do you ever leave the house then in those times where you're in between?
Yes. That's the crazy thing. I'll put on a head wrap and I'll go to the grocery store.
Oh, so
but like I wouldn't go to like a business meeting, or I wouldn't go and like conduct business without my hair done.
And done means in a weave.
Yeah.
I'm just checking because it's like, I would have asked another question about the Texlax if it was, but okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna get to them, don't worry.
Dreads, to me personally, I mean, I like guys with dreads. I mean, and I don't see any, you know, I don't think of them the same way as guys with braids. Like, I love dreads.
And is it all dreads, or is it the men that have their dreads well done, or the guys that just let it grow until it comes, or?
It's the ones that have them well done.
See, so then that's where we're trying to examine. And that's where the concept of the hair envy comes in.
I will say though, free form dreads or locks, I like saying locks, are sexy too. Like, don't say
It
that.
depends on the man, yeah.
Well, I guess so, but I've seen some preform laps that are like,
I love big hair. When I try to do twist out, I don't get that type of style and volume. So I guess it goes back to kind of getting to know your hair, and all the styles that you see on YouTube don't necessarily work for you the same way. They don't necessarily always turn out. So it's all about like experimenting.
Gonna say, you know, just like with me being the weave girl in the building, when I do buy weaves that are more of a natural texture, I would actually watch, you know, I would subscribe to natural hair channels and try those styles, because that is my hair texture for the moment that I have the hair in. And, you know, I could totally agree with you, like, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And it's all like, at the end of the day, it's all trial and error. And I mean, if you have good results, then go out there and flaunt it to the world. And if you don't, just learn from it and try to figure out what products you have at home to like kind of fix it and, you know, make it work for you so you can leave your house.
So even that part at the end there, so you can leave your house. What is that space for everyone? But see, you're being sarcastic and we're laughing about it, but let me ask then to the audience. How many of you have had at least one day where you're supposed to go somewhere, your hair didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, so you stayed home? See, no, some people stayed home. So and then the people that did leave, how did you feel going out, if anyone wants to answer that? Ariel?
The days?
Back there.
Yeah. The days that my hair doesn't look the way I want it to look are the days that you see me either wearing a wig or my head is wrapped in some nice head wrap. I have a lot of fabric that I use as head wraps. So the days you see me with them, it usually means that my hair didn't work out that particular day. So that's how I handle it. I don't stay home because I still got to do what I got to do. I'm not going to stay home.
When I was younger, I participated in the beauty pageants. And I thought that I was gonna, you know, Vanessa Williams it, have long straight hair. So not the case. I sat in the hairdresser's chair, they did it for free, and I just had some elaborate helmet looking thing. So after the show, why waste a good hairstyle? I wasn't in love with it. I actually really hated it. But because it was in my head already and I'd have to wash it out, I didn't have the time, and I walked around the whole week thinking how much I didn't like this hairstyle. I couldn't believe the compliments I got, how do you sleep? Because again, it was this great big stiff hairstyle. So in all honesty, half the time when I'm wandering around saying I don't like my hair, AKA like right now, because I'm too lazy to yank this out, yes, I'm gonna get a compliment on the color, and that bit of confidence really pushes us through. Because as much as we don't like to admit it, ladies, so much of our confidence, so much of our look is derived from confidence. Be it somebody complimented you, or you decided you looked good that particular moment in time.
So can I ask you, with that statement, do you feel that your hair plays a big role in that confidence that you have when you go out? Is that part of why you may still embrace that hairstyle? Do you go out and say, you know what, I don't like it, but it's here, so I'm gonna enjoy it?
Definitely the later of the two. I try to enjoy it no matter what it's doing at that time. If I put in like kinky curly and it's like, oh man, I didn't comb it in enough, and therefore I don't have that perfect spiral going on, maybe flat twist aside and let the rest of it go and try to enjoy what I have right at that time. But I'm also a bit of a cheat, because as much enjoyment as I get when my hair is properly done in my point of view, I'm also very used to the idea of, I'm not feeling my best, but you gotta go.
I took out my hair after all my makeup was done. My boyfriend was already on the way to my house, and I realized my hair didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. It was grayed out, and it still wasn't dry. And honestly, like, I just fluffed my hair, and I have like really kinky hair. And that night is when I got so many compliments. I felt so fly, and my hair was not done, but like, even my mom, she was so pissed at me when I did my big chop, and she was like, oh my god, you look so beautiful. And I was like, you already know. But like, it's just a hit and miss. And even the other day on my YouTube channel, I did a 3-strand twist, and it was a fail. And Samantha, like, the comments.
It wasn't a fail, it was amazing.
But the thing is, like, we would I maneuvered it. Like Alyssa Forever, she always has her fusion to a finished lady. But I have really fine hair, so it was a hot mess. And then I just put it up in a puff, and it ended up looking good. But to me, it was a fail because it didn't look like Alyssa Forever's. But a lot of other people said, hey, it looked really good. But I don't know, it really depends. You just gotta rock it, and as Sherry J said, have confidence. At the end of the day, that's what people are gonna recognize.
So then I want to ask then to everyone here, how many times would you say out of like every, how can I put it? When you go out and you decided, because we acknowledge that most of the people still go out, even though your hair didn't look the way you wanted it to, would you say that the majority of the time people give you compliments, the days that you hate your hair, or the times when you're in love with your hair? As a show of hands, who tends to have people love their hair the most, the days they hate it?
It's funny, I was just like, I might not go because my hair isn't turning out the way how I want it to turn out, because I'm usually doing really defined twist outs or perm rods, and today I'm just like, I'm just gonna wash and brush out my hair and go like that. And it didn't really work out, so I'm just like, let me try a couple things. Ended up happy with it, but it wasn't really what I was going for. And like that happened. Like I was actually like, okay, if I can't make my hair work, I may not go. But like that's ridiculous. Of course you have to go. And people will always compliment you, even though you don't think your hair looks the best. People will see something in your hair that they like. So I mean, it definitely is a confidence booster, especially in those moments, not necessarily low moments. You may be like indifferent or just busy and you're just like, I don't have time for my hair. Someone's gonna walk by and say, your hair looks great, and that does make you feel good. That does make you feel like, maybe I need to take another look in the mirror. Maybe it's not as bad as it seems. So it's definitely, I don't know how it goes for a lot of ladies, I think.
I just want to say I love your hair.
All of you ladies look beautiful tonight. Every single one of you. Everyone. And the gentleman here, exceptionally handsome.
Everybody else's. Even though she is my biological sister, we have very different hair textures. And a lot of the styles that she tried, I would try because I like them. She is one of my hair crushes. But unfortunately, unfortunately, we can't do the same things with our hair. And it also goes to the products. Like the products that she uses, she gets a lot of free ones. Sometimes she shares them. And she loves this product and I use it and I'm like, what is the point of it? It doesn't matter what type of hair this person has or what product they're using. I just watch it, to get ideas and inspiration for what I can do for myself.
That person with that perm or that weave or whatever the case may be, have you begun to think about how you'll engage with that? What will you say to her? How will you be the type of father that says, no, you're not allowed to get a perm? Or will you let her get a perm? Or what is that thought there?
Well, I mean, she has an aunt who is a hairdresser, so when they're together, she'll flat iron her hair and stuff like that. So she gets different ways of seeing herself and seeing that she can play around with her own hair. As I said before, she's seen her mother with locks, she's seen her mother without locks, so she's seen different things that you can do with your hair as a black woman. I believe that hair is a form of self-expression. So if she comes to a point where she says, I want to do this or I want to try this, I'm not gonna be like strong-arming the thing and say, no, you cannot do this. I think it's for me what would be more important is to have the discussion with her as to why. And if she can articulate the why, then I have absolutely no problem, right? But I mean, if we just want to do these things and we can't say why we want to do these things, then it becomes a bit more problematic. And I think then we have to look at some of the deeper issues that often we don't like to talk about because they are dark and they are ugly, and we don't want to speak about the fact that for many women in our community, they hate how they look, they hate their hair, they hate what it represents, they hate how they are treated by other people because of their hair. There are all of these things that we speak about in these little tiny spaces, but these are the environments where we need to be able to bring these out and instead and replace that hate with love and appreciation for who we are and how God made us.
Or whatever the case may be, and be happy with the fact that my hair is the way it is. And that's why it's like, so for you now, what would you say is a starting point for somebody to be able to embrace that and to learn about that?
I think the best, but also the hardest starting point is honesty. Because one of the easiest things for us to do is to lie to ourselves. And we lie to ourselves all the time, and we tell ourselves that we're doing X, Y, and Z for these righteous reasons because intellectually that's what it's supposed to be. But when we truly are honest with ourselves, we should be able to say, you know what, I might be doing this for these other reasons. And once you are honest enough with the deep-seated real reasons, that's the only time when you can start to move forward. Otherwise, those deep-seated things are always going to be there. They're always going to be these skeletons in the closet that always pull you back, that always gnaw at your self-esteem and your self-concept.
I just recently became, I guess, Texlax like maybe 2 years now. And I love it, because now I've actually found weave that matches my hair texture. So I'm no longer, you know, what's the texture? Brazilian yaki in the back and like coarse yaki in the front. So it's been amazing, and that's my hair story.
And I mean, for me, it's been pretty simple. The first go around, I had a box cut, back in the Kid and Play days, and then, when Jodeci became, real popular, put in a little S curl and got a little sort of going on. But other than that, it's just been natural as it is right now.
There we go. And you got no more funds in your bank account because you spent everything on hair products and weave, and you got to pay all of that back.
You don't think it would be like before the credit card got used?
No.
Anybody else?
Well, I think it's when it starts to take over your life, just like any other obsession, right? When you start to feel bad about yourself because you can't achieve what that other person has that you're trying to get. When it becomes like
it was that and I know it sounds so dramatic, but it's that traumatizing experience when I was 5, 6 years old, and my mom would comb my hair in the morning before I went to school, and the pain that I felt from her, just trying to get through the roots so she could braid it, it's like I just didn't want to ever feel that again. So knowing that my hair is that texture, and knowing that I don't want to deal with that, I just figured, you know what, I'll just texturize the roots and make it softer so that way I can comb through it and manage it a little bit better on my own.
I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. And then that's why I was then posing to them to be like, what was that point before that? So it's like, if they had all the same experiences where it was hard for them to, make that decision beforehand, maybe they had the same traumatizing experience, which is awesome for Dwayne doing all these things to make sure his daughter doesn't have that safe space where she can flourish and feel good about her hair. And I know that your story is familiar for many women inside here. We already have a hand right here where it's like, that was the case. You had a hard time growing up. Somebody, whether it was your mom or your grandmother or your aunt, was pull on your hair and it was rough and they just tell you to hush and sit down and whatever the case may be until the hair was done, and that is entirely traumatizing. And that is a space that we have to look into to say that is where education is key. And that's where our now environment of having so many more naturalistas and having pages like Bring Back There, Canadian Naturalistas, showing you that there's people all across the country with hair like you, and we have bloggers like Shari and Samantha going out there to be like, hey, I got struggles too, I do things too, and my hair comes out, but I have to do it, this is a process. So then what I want to ask is to look at what was that point for you before that? Because I'm sure there are still people here that are struggling with that space of being like, yeah, they're natural, but maybe they don't want to stay that way. But what was that space that allowed you to say, okay, I am great with embracing that.
Hair is all nice, you do feel very good, but I mean, I go to the gym and there are a lot of people in the morning that are there and they see me with my hair wrapped up or just, in a puff and it's not combed, and I'm good. And if you,
I agree. I feel like, again, it goes back to confidence.